What is up, guys? Welcome to another wrestling video, and today we are going to be doing Around Wrasslin, where we talk about the big news stories around the wrestling community, but we only are focusing on one story today, and that is the possibility that Bray Wyatt, or his real name Wyndham Rotunda, may be on his way to AEW. But before we get into that, if you could please hit that subscribe button and notification bell. We are trying to get to 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so please help me hit that goal. So, getting to our news story, it's been reported by multiple outlets that Bray Wyatt is likely on his way to AEW, All Elite Wrestling, and as a Bray Wyatt fan, as you can see, I would be super excited to see that. But let's get into the actual news. During a recent episode of Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said that Bray Wyatt is not 100% going to AEW, but it's most likely happening. He stated that this is the same stage that they were at when he predicted that Aleister Black was headed to Tony Khan's company as well. He's obviously not the only return. We're going to see a lot of different people coming up, including Bray Wyatt. It's not 100%. His non-compete is not up. It's most likely happening. It's at the same stage when I said Aleister Black long before it happened. It's the same stage. I don't think there's pen to paper or anything like that. It's an expectation that's pretty strong, put it that way. So, according to Dave Meltzer, it sounds like he's really expecting Bray Wyatt to go to AEW. And Dave Meltzer is one of the most respected voices in the wrestling news community. So I believe when he says something, he believes that there's legitimate reason to believe that it will most likely happen. But for some reason, there are people that are saying that no, this is not a done deal and we can't really say whether or not it's actually going to happen. So on another sports news site called Sportskeeda, they report that on the Bryan and Vinny show, Bryan Alvarez stated that he was told by people from AEW that there was no deal at the moment involving Bray Wyatt. On the Wrestling Observer Radio show with Garrett, I don't know the exact wording that Dave Meltzer used, but he seemed to indicate that Bray Wyatt was going to AEW. What I can tell you about this, I am not saying that Dave is wrong. He may be right and it may happen, but as soon as that show went up, I started getting text messages and they were from people in AEW. It was not Tony Khan, Bryan Alvarez said. These were people that probably should know, and they were like, did Dave say that Bray is coming? And I said, I don't know. I didn't do the show, I haven't heard it yet. Essentially, they were unaware of this. Again, I am not saying that Bray isn't going or that Dave is wrong. Dave may know something that they don't know, which would be sort of weird. But that's the story right now. So really what the Sportskeeda story is saying is it just sounds like they're saying, yeah, nothing is definite right now. But I think that they may have misinterpreted Dave's comments, because it sounds like to me that Dave is just saying there is strong speculation that All Elite Wrestling is where Bray Wyatt is most likely going. So, and I would agree. I mean, Bray Wyatt is a huge name. He sells tons of merch. He has a great creative mind. He can do great matches with, awesome wrestlers. So, All Elite Wrestling would be a good place for him. And when I think of the other destinations that he could possibly go, meaning Impact Wrestling or New Japan Pro Wrestling, I feel like that AEW just makes the most sense. Like, when I think about Impact, I feel like there's just not enough exposure for Impact right now, given they are doing a lot of stuff with AEW at the moment. But I feel like All Elite Wrestling is probably just where Bray Wyatt needs to be at the moment. So what do you think? Do you think that Bray Wyatt is going to AEW? Do you believe that there is stock in these rumors that Dave Meltzer is reporting? Let me know in the comments. And if he does go to AEW, who do you want to see him fight? I mean, again, Kenny Omega, CM Punk, Bray Wyatt and CM Punk. We've seen that before, but holy crap, I'd be so excited to see that. And I'm also curious if he'll do his Fiend gimmick. Obviously he can't be the Fiend and he can't be Bray Wyatt, but he can do something similar like a lot of wrestlers have done. So I'm curious to see if they'll go a more supernatural route with him, or if they will go more of a, swamp cult leader figure like he was before. So let me know in the comments what you think. And one more time, if you could please hit that subscribe button and notification bell and help us hit 2,000 subscribers, that would really be so awesome. Because I'm going to be doing some really cool pack openings, like wrestling trading cards, and WWE Shop and Shop AEW unboxing. So you're going to want to stay tuned for that. And thanks once again for joining us on this short edition of Around Wrasslin. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Peace.